That's what we do.
Hello, and welcome to the It's What We Do podcast. We're your hosts, Hen and John. And on this fine episode, we'll be covering the movie Knock at the Cabin, directed by M. Night Shyamalan, starring Dave Bautista. For first and foremost, John, how are we doing today?
Honestly, today I'm a little bit tired. You know, I was working on the weekend like usual. I forgot the next lyrics. But I'm a little bit tired. But we're here. We're doing this.
We're here. We're green
1 year anniversary.
today. A round of applause
Round
for
of
ourselves.
applause for the It's What We Do podcast is 1 years old today. At 1 years, like it's a plural thing, but nah. Yeah, and we're here, and like Hen said, we are covering Knock at the Cabin,
Yeah.
or or if you like, Mid Cabin.
Knock at the midness. Yeah. And then going back to a year, that's like, think about it. Also we had multiple episodes in the can, but like over 50 episodes. And it's like, I know I have listened to each episode at least like 2 or 3 times minimum, whatever, right? And I'm just like, fuck, it's been a long fucking time now.
I just imagine like if like in our journey as a podcast, we continue to go on and gain, some sort of. It would be nice to gain like a bigger following, like some sort of following.
Yeah.
And
Just don't want to be talking to ourselves forever.
yeah, just don't want my mom listening to the podcast only.
Yeah.
And eventually, they decide that hey, I'm caught up on all the most recent episodes. Maybe I'll listen to from the very beginning, and they just get a load of cringe.
Yeah, yeah, I remember it's been really rough, and I feel like we've barely been able to come in form now, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's more like definitely more comfortable now. Kind of just talking here and stuff. It's kind of like we're just talking like amongst ourselves, but like if people decide to watch it or listen to it, like.
Yeah,
It's like
especially
we're
one thing that we do, we never look at the camera. Only whenever I do things on purpose to clip things, that's when I look in the camera. Like I make a thing, I'll be like this, and then I look directly at the camera. But it's been a hell of a journey, growth, and it's not like we have done anything. We have these amount of episodes, but we still need the following.
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
But yeah,
and the sponsors, if there's anyone out there.
just anyone type shit. Yeah, just please, we'll literally try to show anything, even if it's like racial.
Like brown power.
Yeah, shout out Brown Power. Is that a thing?
I don't know.
I bet it is.
Hispanic Heritage Month.
When is it? September?
Something. I don't know.
Is it? I don't know. I don't like Hispanic people.
What can you do?
Yeah, I have to delete all my racist Hispanic tweets soon. Yes. Oh, but then John. We had the Super Bowl recently.
Yeah, Super Bowl.
What'd you think of it?
The Super Bowl, the game itself, it was a good game, except there were some bad calls by the refs. I'm not a big football fan.
You're talking about that last one whenever it was
the-
against the Eagles. About that, he just gave him a little pat on the back kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And also, fuck both teams. I hate both teams because I could have won $500 off of 2 quarters maybe, and because
How many squares did you buy?
3, but
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
really buy them. They were more like vouchers, so it was technically not my money. Well, I kind of worked for the vouchers, so I guess you could say it's my money, but it's not. my
Oh,
money.
so it was like it was a work sponsor kind of thing.
No, just like I did some work to put square
Kiss
on
like 10 guys
in
for them.
exchange for squares.
Kiss like 10 guys for a voucher.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much something
yeah.
like that. And so yeah, I mean it was that one. I think it was the second quarter or the third quarter,
Mm-hmm.
where the Chiefs were all the way at their end zone, and the Eagles had them back. Backed all the way back there, and they were on their 4th down. And they managed to get the Chiefs offside, and I was so upset when that happened because they got a first down after that. And so if the Chiefs would have just calm down and just, let it ride or whatever, they probably could have made the Eagles have to score a field goal, and that's what I would have needed to win that quarter.
I think it's funny. It's like it's not like somewhere it was fucking crazy thing for it to happen for you to win. It just took a couple plays being played out differently.
Yeah, both teams were playing very aggressively. They did not want to play safe by just scoring them field goals.
Yeah, didn't they miss one, right?
On conversion, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But not
was
like
it the extra point? I can't remember.
Yeah, just the extra point, but not the actual like 3-point field goal. Like,
Okay,
they weren't going for those. They were trying to always get in the end zone.
Yeah. And then that reminded me of I was with Sally yesterday as well.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, I forgot what he said. He just needed both teams just score at least one field goal, whatever, right? And then he would have won like $1,200.
Oh my god, they hoed everyone, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was like, that's why you have to get that early copy of that script.
Bro, that script that was on Twitter.
Yeah.
Whoever made them, bro, count your days, man. Count
And then
your
like a lot of the
days.
football players, old football heads, are talking about that, saying it's like, yeah, there's a script to it. And so, yeah, no, like, I don't know. I mean, there's millions of football players, right?
I feel like it'd be hard to script that. Like, maybe WWE, like, I can get that, but like a football game like that, I don't know.
Yeah, but then what if it's always been scripted, so it's easy? And then like I remember hearing that like this one, it's fucking conspiracies, whatever. Shout out Joe Rogan, that they were saying is all like scripted, and then like they get the script at the beginning of the week, or whatever, right? And so the whole week of practice is just them perfecting the script, which I don't believe it, but it's just a funny concept, you know?
Maybe in the way of making the game entertaining, not so much it working and them scoring, Like,
But then, like, I think they're, like, let's say hypothetically, they're, like, the highest performance athletes kind of thing, you know? I think, if anything, I think it is possible, but I don't think it's real.
I guess, yeah. I mean, the Chiefs, they always had the Eagles.
I'll fucking kill the Eagles.
It's like they always had a man open whenever they were throwing the ball, and the Chiefs just had to, like, chase him down, which was crazy to me because it was, like, the same dude every time.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't give a shit about it. And then you saw him, like, I was not talking crap to Rihanna. I didn't like the halftimes, the performance. Not also like the music. It's not my cup, and I have a girly taste in music, but it just wasn't my thing. The stage looked like Smash Bros.
Super Smash Bros. Stage.
Yeah, because it's like if you look at it like last year, right? They do multiple stages, like boom, 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 like it's always switching out things, always crazy things happening, kind of thing. And with this, it seemed like they kind of just rehearsed this like in the afternoon, break for lunch early, and then just came for Sunday. You know, it was like I don't understand the dancers, but they're professionals, so they can get these kind of things under wraps very quickly. And it didn't seem like it was like to the level of craziness or bigness, the size to other performances. You know.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
And then everyone
but
thinks
I
that
feel
she's
like,
pregnant too.
I feel, isn't she?
I don't know what pregnancy is personally.
I don't know, but also with that, I mean, maybe it was just like one of those filler things because they've already had everyone performing.
That man had us.
Anyone who that's true.
What if we do live podcasting?
You're like, for our halftime show, the It's What We Do pod. It's just like, hey everyone, and we just started like rambling about like
That'll be funny. We're like
MCU conspiracies and everything.
we do the conspiracy, the one we just did right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you know how they do the trailers? We do that. We're like, yeah, did you see that the Flash trailer? Fucking lit.
You see that Pepsi trailer with Ben Stiller and the Zoolander?
Nah, I didn't see that one.
The Transformers trailer.
No, I heard that one Transformers was good though.
And the Guardians trailer.
That one was good too. What else was there?
That new Flash trailer looks pretty hype.
Yeah. And like I love it because it has Ben Affleck, it's gonna have Michael Keaton, and whenever he was like, yeah, I'm Batman.
Classic.
That was like, and like it came out in 89, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Many moons before I was born, right? Many sun rotations before I was born. But then just hearing that line with him, the cowl, I was like, damn, whoa, like I got chills from that. And like I'm not even that like he's not my favorite Batman type thing.
And they got the classic look on the outfit too.
Yeah. And then we had Supergirl, fucking in love with that woman, in love with her, and it looks like they're just switching out her for Clark. You know, whenever they're like, you know, the Flashpoint movie or the comic book
Yeah.
run where they're locked up. It seems like they're swapping that out, and it looks like they're gonna be invaded by General Zod. He's coming back as well, or he came back already.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, like it feels like we know the whole
Michael
story.
Shannon.
Yeah, it feels like we know the whole story now, right?
Yeah, it was kind of like the whole movie, and that I was kind of hoping they would have saved the Michael Keaton reveal for like the movie itself.
I think that was a big selling point for them.
Yeah.
Though. And then yeah, and just so we didn't. Oh, you mean like we didn't see him because we knew he was gonna be in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Superman was in there. No, Supergirl. I'm super excited for that. Fucking both Ezra Millers. Then we can actually say them.
They
No offense.
Yeah,
no
they're-
offense. No
they're in
offense. Oh, we're
They're
not
in
trying to
it.
offend anyone.
And yeah, and it looks like they wrote in Batman a lot more than what they intended to. Because remember, back when it was, it was still just they're just talking about it or whatever, talking about how Ben Affleck was just gonna make a cameo in the beginning or something. But it looks like
Oh,
he's more
yeah.
involved now.
And he had like a different like costume as well.
Yeah, it was kind of like blue black.
Yeah. Then he had like a chest plating thing, which I thought looked interesting. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about, and then there's gonna be that Black Flash or whatever crap. And I wonder if we're gonna have the Reverse Flash though, because that's what I think I feel like I'll be most excited for. Because picture that, like reversed in him,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns out Ezra Miller was just a Reverse Flash in real life this whole time.
Yeah. I just think it looks pretty hype. I'm kind of excited to see it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what kind of heat they come with.
I think it's gonna be major fucking heat. I'm so fucking excited. And then also talking about comic book movies.
Guardians. We got another look at Adam Warlock.
Shout out Adam Warlock. And then we got I mean, it looked cool and everything, but I just felt like it was just like they're holding the story close to the chest, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like
We're gonna get a look at Rocket's origins and everything.
yeah. And then his little missus as well, the otter.
Yeah.
I forgot her name. And
Shorty, little baddie. Shorty, my little otter.
Fucking hell. That thing looks lit though. And what's that other? What else happened during the Super Bowl?
Uh,
I don't know.
the Transformers trailer. I mean, that was
Any
pretty
good
hype.
commercials you saw?
I did like the I thought that Blue Moon commercial was goofy. I think it's funny how like competing brands cannot like put their competitors in commercials because back then you couldn't really do that, but now it seems like it's all fair game.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, this is a Coors Light commercial. They're like, no, this is a Miller Lite commercial. And then it was like, actually, this is a Blue Moon commercial.
I always think it's weird, or I guess maybe it's true. Like, you know how that cat? I'm gonna kill that cat one day. No, I won't.
He moved the camera a little bit.
I saw that. This is like. Okay. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. It's always like in bar kind of thing, and I like the. Did you see the Bush commercial? It was a
yeah.
And then they started like, "In the eyes of the-" It was like not that kind of shelter. That was fucking funny.
Yeah, I think that was the actual voice actor for that commercial that they got. The lady.
Oh, the actual
Yeah,
one.
I think it was. And he's like, that's a wolf. That's not even a dog.
And I saw that. I was like, excuse me. Actually, a wolf is way larger than that. If anything, it's a regular sized dog.
Yeah.
Because it's like all I hear is Joe Rogan talk about how big they are. Like, I'm scared to see a wolf in real life.
Yeah, no, you won't catch me around that.
You won't catch me unless I'm killing a wolf. Now imagine, like, okay. Lost in wilderness, right? You're lost there for a week, right? Whatever, right? Boom. You come out, fucking wolf, hive just on your head, like you're rocking the whole, like, Hercules, right?
Yeah.
I'm walking out, scratch the. You'll be like fucking God, like you'll be like the man forever. You'll be him. You'll be Timothy.
That's why he's the goat.
Yeah.
That's the goat.
That would get us the interview at Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it.
Exclusive at Joe Rogan's.
I like. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like Joe Rogan's podcast because he kind of just lets people say whatever they want.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's the whole point of it. Like, he's trying to get a feel for what kind of person they are, what they think, how they feel about things. And he's the one asking the questions.
Mm-hmm.
He's just wanting to hear what they say.
Yeah. But then, like, yeah, that is true. And, like, you know Alex Jones?
Yeah.
He's friends with Alex Jones.
Yeah.
I remember heard in a recent podcast he had with, it was some dude named Forrest, whatever, right? He, Forrest 101, Forrest Fire 101. No, I'm kidding. Like, he,
Like the Legos.
Yeah. Now, I was some dude from, like, South Africa. He's a white guy, and he's like very animal. He knows everything about animals. He looks and like he searches for animals and shit. And then he was like, yeah, like Alex Jones, like yeah, like he said, like he even said it. He was like, yeah, Alex Jones like fell on his head when he was like in high school, and yeah, he's been fucked up ever since.
Damn.
Yeah, and I love Joe Rogan's podcast, so it's funny. And what did I say? Nah, I was gonna say I think he's a swell guy. Right.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then with that, what was that? I think Kanye was on Alex Jones' show or something.
Oh my
And
god,
he started
that was
talking about
fucking horrible. He was like, you know what? I actually like Hitler. And then Alex was like, that's a little too far for me. And like, that was like, whoa. He was like, that's not what I meant. He was like, no, that is what I meant. It reminded me of this. I think it was. I forgot what YouTube channel made it. It was about this cat's on crack right now.
For real.
You remember back then, whenever I used to have to lock him up every time we did a podcast?
Yep, that's why.
Yep.
Just knocking.
And that was
shit
before we
over.
had lights.
Oh yeah. Nah, but like, ooh. We're orange.
This is a mess. This is a mess.
It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, and then I forgot to ask, what did you think about the new logo?
The new logo.
Yeah.
Ours.
Yes.
It's beautiful. You know, it has our iconic neon sign, as you can tell. If you haven't noticed, if you're a fake fan and you haven't noticed,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yeah. It should be updated everywhere, I believe, now.
It is.
Yeah. And I'm just randomly going through my photos and I found it. I was like, what's going on? It was funny.
I love that sign.
Yeah. Oh, no. This is a great sign. And look, we still have this up right here, too.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Star Wars. We're going to have a new one. I've been seeing a lot of Pedro Pascal's Saturday Night Live clips.
Really?
And they're actually, like, pretty funny.
Well, he's a funny guy.
Yeah. He did one where he played Mario.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was funny. And then, like, one I saw right now was whenever it was like a game show. And in the game show, they were asking about, like, movie facts, right? And it was, like, people, like, nerds and shit. And they were like, yeah, like, 80s movies, 60s movies, early-ass movies, right? And they were like, name a movie in the last 5 years. Oh, fuck. They're all like that. They couldn't name one. And I was like, that's actually true for a lot of critics. They're like, no, I only like to stick with the classics.
It's not very hard.
Okay, name a movie in the last 5 years.
In the last 5 years?
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever.
What's that? Okay, there's just another question. It was like, name this one of the biggest shows on Netflix. It's called Jen and
Talk.
I walked myself into that one, didn't I? But do you know the show?
No.
Georgia.
Jen and Georgia?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. It's a show, I guess, yeah. But
Given all these shows, these mid shows a chance, might as well give us a chance. They're Netflix.
yeah, the live podcast on Netflix.
Exactly.
And then speaking of Netflix, this has nothing to do with Netflix. John. Knock a la cabin. Knock on the cabin. It was a movie with Dave Bautista. Shout out Dave Bautista. What do you think?
So I don't really know how much exposure this movie got, but if you haven't seen it, it is a psychological thriller, apocalyptic.
Yeah. You know what's funny? People like the
movie.
cast of the movie say it's a horror movie. I was like, it's not.
It's not a horror movie.
Yeah, I didn't get scared once.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It was just creepy, but that was it.
I don't even say that. I say the creepiest thing is just that we went at the same time.
Oh yeah. Um, so um, so our viewers, our listeners, do you ever just taking your significant other to the movies? You're gonna go watch a movie.
No, never been there.
That you have a topic for that specific movie for your next pod episode, and you just so happen to run into your co-host just out of nowhere
Mm-hmm.
at the same exact movie theater, sitting in the same row.
That was the funniest part, I thought.
Yeah, it was. So me and Hen, we went to the movies on Saturday, not together, but we went. I went there with my girlfriend, and we just so happened to
Yeah, I
run
remember.
into each other.
Yeah, because it was funny because I was at home and I was like, it was 9:30 showing out, and it was like 9:20. I was like, fuck it. Because I was thinking about watching it Sunday morning, but then I'm just like, the early showing was like 12, so I was like, okay, that's too late, whatever.
Yeah.
So then I was like, let me go right now then. 9:30, Irving Mall, a mall down the street was or however far away it was from where I was, right? And I
Yeah.
went there, and then I texted John right before I went in. I was like, yeah, about to go watch it. He was like, me too. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And I sent a picture of the movie theater.
Yeah, and I was like, it was funny. Like, I've been to that movie theater so many times. It's like, you took it from the back, and I was in the front. I was like, oh, I know. I was like, are you in the 9:30 show? And he was like, yeah. I was like, me too. And I was just like, shit, like, is he in here? Just waiting. Then I see him. Hi. And then they sit on the same row on the opposite side of me. We're like, and there's no one between us at all.
All.
It was just them and then me on the opposite side.
That actually really goes to show how much hype there is for a movie with the amount of people that go. Like Ant-Man, I already bought my tickets. For Ant-Man. On Saturday at noon.
Mm-hmm.
There's already seats being taken up. So
Yeah. And then I haven't bought mine just because of work-wise. I'm not sure when I'm available kind of thing.
mhm.
But I'm going to try to be there as soon as I can kind of thing.
Yeah. So next episode we're gonna be talking about Ant-Man, Quantumania.
Yeah, yeah. And then, yeah, I'm excited for that one. And then King, Jonathan Majors. I've been watching his show.
Jonathan Daddy.
Yeah, I've been watching his show lately, or one of the show he used to be on, Lovecraft Country. It's weird.
It's a trip. It really is a trip.
Yeah, like you've been watching it, like with me, we watched like an episode and a half already, and it's just like weird what's going on. And we'll see what's up. But
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors, though, I love that man. Look, besito.
But yeah,
talking about another large man, Dave Bautista.
Knock at the Cabin.
What'd you think of this movie?
So this movie takes place at a cabin.
Believe it or not, crazy
Cabin in the woods.
Crazy concept.
Yeah, a cabin in the woods. Not cabin in the woods, but it just so happens to be a cabin in the woods, and a very woke couple is on vacation.
Hashtag woke.
there. Two fathers and their Chinese daughter
Mm-hmm.
that they adopted from a Chinese hospital, and they're just there chilling until Dave comes up, or Leonard.
Yeah, Big Lenny.
Big Lembo.
That reminded me of the, was it Mice and Men type shit?
Hmm.
I think the big dude's name's Lenny.
Oh, there you go. Nice little
Reference.
reference there. But yeah, so Knock at the Cabin, psych thriller movie, takes place in a cabin, in the woods,
As it
with the
happens.
two fathers. I forget their names, and then
Daddy Eric, Daddy Andrew.
Daddy Eric and Daddy Andrew, and the daughter's name.
No idea. Lynn?
Yes, something. Yeah. I think it was Lynn. So this family is in the woods, just chilling on their vacation. Just a little getaway kind of thing.
Yeah, a little
And then
weekend thing.
all of a sudden, just four people pull up with a bunch of weapons,
Shout out weapons.
and they tell them to, Let us-
When do you have to get sacrificed?
little pig, let us in. And then, so yeah, one of them has to get sacrificed to keep the world from going,
Yeah.
keep the world from ending. Kind of like it's the apocalypse going on
I
right
think
now.
this was a movie where if you watch the trailer, you can guess it showed more than most of the story and what happens, and you can guess the ending already.
I didn't completely feel like that though, because I felt there was gonna be some sort of twist,
Very twisty.
and the twist just never came. I was talking to Anna about it, and I was saying like, I feel like there's gonna be like some kind of twist. Something's gonna happen. And she's like, well, who do you think's gonna die first? I said, I think they're all gonna die. The four of them are gonna die, and the family of three are gonna walk the earth while it's ending.
That'll be a nice twist.
Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen, but nah. She asked me, who do you think is gonna die first? You know, from the family,
Mm-hmm.
and just so ended up having to be the one who. Well, I guess they all kind of got some character development towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the very I guess you could say the bottom.
You're assuming. You're assuming. Because it's like, I feel like it's like this is the kind of relationship where it's a toss up, you know?
Yeah. Well, he's the softie, you know.
But then, like, I remember, I don't know, because I just feel like it's supposed to trick you. I think they like to play, closer to their chest or whatever the saying is.
Yeah, but you know, the other dad was had
Okay,
more of
I
a
think-
temper and everything.
Yeah. But then he also, too, he's very, like, traumatized and shit, too.
That is true.
And then both of them didn't want to understand. Just it's a weird situation, but both of them didn't scrap whenever they came in. Really.
Yeah, not at first. They're kind of just like holding their ground, kind of thing.
Yeah, but scared. Obviously, both of them. Couldn't
So,
be me.
yes.
No, I'm kidding. I don't.
So, I mean, the whole idea of it at first was kind of interesting, you know, because they obviously thought they were crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they messaged the message boards about you know, have message boards kind of like people having the same thoughts and then just kind of just keep going with it. You know, these four people had all like the same similar visions,
Yeah, yeah.
and then for some reason the visions were so strong that it, you know, had them meet up.
Mm-hmm.
And these four people who are like the four horsemen of the apocalypse, you know.
Shout out Apocalypse.
That's essentially what they were trying to save the world from the end.
Shout out the end.
And this is not the first family to have to go through this, from what they've said.
They're guessing that.
Oh, they're guessing that?
Remember, it was the dad that said that. I think it was Daddy Eric. I think is the one that said that.
What do you say?
He said it's like maybe family's been deciding the fate of the planet for generations and years.
Well, because like Leonard in the beginning, he said something along the lines of, "You're not the first" or something like that. I don't.
Could be. I really couldn't remember, but it's something like that.
Or you just so happen to be
and then
the
it's
family
like it's a
this
really
time.
simple concept, and it's just like it just goes back and forth like a will they won't they kind of thing. That's what it felt like, and it's like it took a minute for them to be convinced or whatever, right?
Mhm.
And then they kept on watching the TV. And one thing I have to say about the visions though that I found interesting. Do you remember when Dave did that thing where he was standing in front of the TV and he was reciting the fucking word for word?
Yeah.
So was his vision him in front of a TV watching it happen? Or was it him actually there?
I think the vision was the news report.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I think that's not valid enough, you know? I won't get scared over a news report.
But then again, like with the service that they had out there, they had no service on their phones.
Yeah.
And the phone lines didn't work. Well, granted, they cut the phone lines, but they didn't have service out there.
Mhm.
So how are they gonna have TV out there?
Yeah, but I thought their vision was that, like, just in general, the world burning down, you know?
Yeah.
Not their specific visions from the future. That's what I was thinking.
Mhm.
And then, like, let's say, like, Redmond, right? He was the first one to die. So he didn't see anything, but he still got visions. So then those visions couldn't have been in that cabin, you know?
Yeah.
Big brain.
Yeah,
No,
he
I'm
was the
kidding.
first one to be put on the chopping block.
Yeah. And they're pretty on the fucking nose on, okay, his name is Redmond, wearing a red shirt, and he has red hair.
And he's a man.
Yeah. That's his whole fucking thing. And then he was like...
Expelliarmus!
I was going to say, I don't know any spells. Hey, do you know what your, what house you're in?
What house I'm in?
Yeah, for Harry Potter.
I've never took that test. I don't know which one I'm in.
I recently took it. I'm a Gryffindor.
Bum.
Nah, and then
Real ones. No.
which one's the real one then?
Hufflepuff.
Fuck no.
I actually don't know. I just
I
I was
don't
gonna say Slytherin, but
That actually oh homegirl. That's she's in Slytherin.
who?
Oh homegirl. Yeah, she's in Slytherin, and I was just like, huh. I was like, isn't that supposed to be like the bad one or whatever? And she was like, I mean, yeah, I guess.
I don't think it's necessarily the bad one. I just think Malfoy was just a dick.
Yeah, but do you remember? I saw like the last two movies.
And Professor Snape, he was a a dick for a reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then he was in love with fucking Harry's mom and shit, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he fucked her.
yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
He's actually Harry's bro dad.
Yeah, you know.
And then what's that thing? No, but then remember like I think in the last movie they were all like Slytherin, the whole house. They had to fucking arrest them or lock them up and shit.
Oh, okay.
I can't
I
remember.
need to rewatch those.
I
Actually,
never want to watch those movies in my life.
why not?
Just fuck those. Nah, because I seen like the first one and I seen the last. Sorry, I seen the last two like 10 times.
Why?
The last two movies.
Did you watch The Goblet of Fire?
No.
That
Where
Batman.
yeah, where he dies. I seen part of that. I
That's-
always fell asleep every time because I would. Yeah, it was just. I just never. I don't care for Harry Potter.
That's my favorite one because it has all the schools fighting and they have like they use their different powers and stuff.
Yeah, it's whatever. What do you think? Oh, fuck. What were we talking about? Oh, knocking at the cabin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a movie, right?
Yeah, it was. I definitely didn't. I definitely was. I guess expecting more, especially with the ratings. I would honestly the rating should be a bit lower for that movie, because it was just really just back and forth, like you said, just going on and in the same place and just arguing with each other, and then they try to escape. Obviously, they failed because they weren't prepared for it. And why would you leave your gun in the trunk? Oh my god.
That's one thing I think is so crazy. Oh, you know what's the other thing I saw recently? It's like it was like on TikTok, whatever. It's like like little kids practicing the gun safety and everything like that.
Mhm.
And then you had like a bunch of woke people saying like, no, this is wrong, this is bad or whatever, right? And I was just like, actually, this is the best way to actually do things. Teach them when they're young so they understand gun safety and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Teach them when they're young. And then I'm just like, is that like me just being like Barry Texan kind of thing, where I'm just like, no, guns are actually really cool and good for you kind of thing.
You're just being super conservative.
Yeah, I'm switching up on everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's right side.
Shout out Red. Shout out Redman.
And yeah, but no, Knock at the Cabin. To put it on the rating scale, it is meh.
Yeah.
So that's below mid.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's. I always say this all the time because I'm always trying to be a nice guy with every fucking rating I do, and I always try to say like, it's not my kind of thing. Maybe it's your kind of thing. Maybe people will love this movie. I don't know, kind of thing. You know. One thing I thought was interesting. I saw this on Screen Rant. You know that one guy? I think his theories sometimes go way too off the fucking wall.
Yeah, yeah.
But like he had a theory about this one. You know how they talk about the what's that thing called? The let me adjust this real quick. Sorry. About the four horsemen, and those aren't our traditional horsemen, right?
No.
So he said, what if they're like the anti-horsemen of the apocalypse, right?
Like to prevent it.
Yeah, they're like the reverse ones of them kind of thing. And then like if you look at their colors, whatever, I can't remember exactly what the fuck he said. I don't even remember what the horsemen are really. It's like, you know that one Nurture?
She was wearing yellow.
Nah. Was it Nurture? No, wasn't it Healing? Wasn't she like Healing or something?
Yeah, Healing, and then the Nurture, which was the one feeding them.
Yeah, the one in
and
black.
then Redman was the
Mason. That's what
and-
they said.
and then Leonard was the muscle or whatever.
Guidance.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because he was a teacher.
Yeah, because he's a teacher. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And well, the only one I remember that he said, and like I think he actually like I agreed with him a lot with it. And
For once.
Yeah, for once. And he said something about like, you know, like for her, because she was like Nurture, the reverse for her was death. And then they're all wearing the colors that correspond with their reverse thing and stuff. Because, you know, there's four horsemen, but they don't, those aren't the traditional ones, so it's supposed to be the reverse of them kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I thought it was an interesting theory. And like, there's other, and I remember too, one reference that they made, they said when we met at the boardwalk and we were all wearing the colored shirts. So they were assigned these colors anyway, kind of thing as well.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting. And like, I've been seeing other videos, just seeing what other people's takes on it. And a lot of people say it's all right, whatever. And other people have other theories about what the horsemen meant. So it makes it at least interesting enough where people have theories about this crap, you know?
Yeah.
Like, not the same thing. You know how, like, you'll watch movie ending explained and it's all the same fucking theory, you know? And I'm like, yeah, no shit. Like, it's crystal clear on what the fuck happened, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But with this one, it was just like, there's some things to read into. So maybe it's not a complete horrible snooze fest kind of thing. I'm trying to adjust this. This is weird.
It was a little bit of a snooze fest, I'm being honest.
Yeah. And then, like, it, like, you know, at the beginning, the first thing, I understand he was traumatized by it and stuff, but then, like, I think it was Daddy Eric. I can't really, no, it was Andrew, actually. Sorry, Andrew. I think it's Andrew. His immediate thing, he said, like, no, this is a hate crime kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then also, whenever they fucking came in, and then they were like, no, we don't have homophobic body, anything in our body kind of thing. And they're all trying to justify it. And that bothers me because it's like, if you're not homophobic, or if you don't care about it, why are you talking about it then? You know? It's like, you know, that thing is like, whoa. It's like, I didn't know, like, this, I didn't know your friend was a black person or whatever. I'm not saying it bothers me, but I didn't know kind of thing. You know? It felt like, it's like, you're playing it like, it's obvious that it's coming to your attention. And then Adriana, whatever, she said, we love everyone, or we don't discriminate against anyone. You know, it's like, all lives matter. You know, it's like, come on. You know, it's like that. All love matters kind of thing. And I thought it was funny with Dave at the beginning whenever he asked about the scar on her lip. And I was like, it's cleft lip or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's, you're a teacher. You should know what it is. And you asked her about it, and I was like, come on, you should know this, right? And the other thing I liked was the close-ups on their face. It was like this close, just right up in the grill. Like Batista, I felt like I could see like every wrinkle,
every vein,
yeah, everything on his buff forehead, like a melon swollen, a buff melon head. But I love Dave in this though.
Yeah. You remember when I remember he was talking about wanting to be in more serious roles, and this was definitely a step up in being in a way more serious role than what he's been in.
Yeah, because I think, besides like The Rock, right? The Rock's in it I think, for like, you know, he loves being that big superhero kind of thing, the big Hollywood star and everything. Batista seems like he's in love with the craft, actually, you know? Like he's in love with acting. I think that's an interesting thing to him.
No, yeah, I completely agree. And, you know, this coming out after his performance in The Glass Onion, I think it's really looking up for him. And hopefully we see him in a lot more cool stuff, too.
Yeah. And then he's doing runs with great directors. Even though this movie was whatever, right? It's M. Night Shyamalan, right? Great director, right?
Oh, yeah.
He did one with Dennis with Dune, and Dune Part 2 coming out this year. He did one with Ryan Johnson already. And then you can argue James Gunn as well. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, like great directors.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure he has done other movies I can't think of, but he's a great actor. I think he's going to be like, you know, in his future. I wonder if he's going to get smaller, though.
Maybe, but, you know, like John Cena hasn't got smaller, and neither has The Rock.
Yeah. But then he's actively said, he was like, yeah, I'm not going to be this size forever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of actors being some of the greatest actors of all time, we have another legend comparing himself to Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis is an incredible actor and everything. He's method-ish. I can't remember for sure. Vin Diesel. And he's talking about whenever his retirement of acting. And Vin Diesel said, yeah, just like whenever you act to our level of like acting, it's very it's very costly. So it's like you can't do this for forever kind of thing. So Vin Diesel is putting himself up there with some of the best of the best.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah. And, Ned, I forgot that came out earlier this week, the Fast and the Furious trailer.
Yeah, the Fast X trailer.
What'd you think?
Shit look dumb.
I fucking love how dumb as fuck it looks. That scene, whenever the plane, whenever he drives, and the two helicopters just smash into each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on? But I love it. And one of the highlights, though, we have Jason Momoa, though, the man, the myth, the legend. One of my favorites. He's in it.
He's the supervillain.
Yeah, the supervillain of this run. And I love him. I think he's incredible. And I liked his like the outfits he was wearing, very colorful. And at least he was able to put his own style into things. And like his car, I don't know, I'm not sure what car he was driving. I think it was Camaro. I think it was, and it's a purple one. And he's very like purples and pinks. He likes like those kind of colors. You know, he's very in touch with his feminine side, if you will. And I think it looks cool. And we also had John Cena coming back as well.
Yeah.
We have your favorite Brie Larson.
No.
Yeah, we have her coming back, and we have some. It looked like Dom's mom in there or something. And then the whole cast as well, and then we're most likely going to get Gal Gadot as well. Yeah, I'm excited for this dumbass movie.
Are we gonna have to watch it?
Huh?
Are we gonna have to watch it?
I mean, you don't have to. I'm gonna watch it. I mean, you know, the movie's not coming out till May, right? They're already selling tickets for it.
Damn.
They're like, it's 3 months away, and that's how big they think it's gonna be. Oh, then we also have Dove in there as well.
Dove.
From Titans. No, I'm sorry, Hawk.
Oh yeah, he's in there. Yeah.
It looks like he's a cop or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, right? I'm excited for this. It's so dumb, but it's so fun. It's dumb fun. It's like modern day 80s classic movies type shit.
Yeah, and I guess we'll see what happens with that. But Vin Diesel comparing himself to like that. That's like me comparing myself to Al Pacino.
Yeah. Or like someone, a great podcaster like Joe Rogan. Hell no. Would you say, which one would you say looking for most forward to? Guardians or Flash?
The Flash.
Same. Because Guardians, I know it's going to be great, but it's like, I don't know what to expect.
Just, you know.
Someone's dying for sure.
I mean, I'm more excited for Ant-Man than I am Guardians.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. And it's coming out this week. I keep on forgetting about that.
Comes out Thursday.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm hoping I can go on Thursday, but I just got to see what's up with the schedule right now. Well, Lee, I'm excited for that. And then we also have Shazam coming up pretty soon.
No point. I mean, with the Flash, I can at least see like there being a point, like some sort of point. But it's just,
I have a crazy point for you. Just to enjoy the movie.
just enjoy the movie.
Yeah, just go as a film lover.
A film enthusiast, if you will.
Film enthusiast. What would you consider yourself?
A movie enjoyer.
Movie enjoyer. What about a film critic?
Hell no.
No, I don't know enough about critics.
Man, I feel like any kind of critic just is so unhappy with their lives.
And then like imagine having to go in the movie theater and, like with the notebook and just writing things.
Yeah, you can't even enjoy the movie. Just like.
And I think one thing I always see with like critics, they're always like this. You know how like, okay, like you know, let's say a breakup, right? It's a lot of beating around the bush, right? It's never clear. It's like, it'll be like, yeah, I'm just like, let's say we're breaking up right now. Just look in my eyes, right? I have to break up. I'm trying to break up with you, right? And I'm like, oh. I'm sorry, I had to think. Okay, I'm looking in your eyes. I'm just like, no, just something inside me. Just it's something dark, and it's just like infecting me, and it's just like I just don't want to infect you, and I don't want to bring you down, and it's just like this feeling in my head, and I just had to discover something, and it's like something in my head, and it's blocking all happiness for myself, and it's like, oh, right? It doesn't make any fucking sense, right? That's how critics talk, like very abstract. It's like, no, tell me, like they never say directly what's going on, kind of thing.
And big words for no reason.
Oh, I love big words I can't understand.
Like, for example, yesterday I was watching this Gordon Ramsay show called like Next Level Chef or something.
He has like 10 cooking shows.
Yeah, and then when the judges were talking about the food that the chefs made, they're like, the complexity and the texture, the sophistication of this dish, it's so
immaculate,
meandering, and
it's very
beautiful, and
the taste in your mouth is just, it's very body fuel.
And very emboldened, and And these young chefs emboldened by the flame of ambition.
You get to feel the strength going into this love. There's a bunch of dumb shit like that, and it's just like, what are you even saying, dog? Like, come on. You remember?
They're just chefs emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Let's do the. Do you remember our wine thing?
The what?
Our wine test. Do you remember? Yes, it's very. I can't remember. Do you remember we used to do this all the time? Oh yes, do the whiff of the wine. You know, smell the wine. Oh yes, you could smell the berries. Is that a hint of cranberry I smell? Is that?
It's just a smidgen of grape in there.
I think I can taste the tobacco plant from the from California. I believe it's the 1963 batch that just came out. A very fine one.
Some hints of persimmon and
Actually, if you, John, do you get a hearty whiff of the smell? Look at the color, how it's so embodied and rich. Very rich flavor, if you will.
very, very rich flavor, and you can definitely tell that the staff members used to create this very wine have their souls and their passion has been emboldened by the flame of ambition.
I can't tell if it's a 96 or 97 bottle.
From the look of the glass and the style of the bottle at the
And
very
the way
bottom,
it rains on the sides.
the way the condensation from the bottle coming out of the chiller,
And then the stain on the glass.
I would definitely say that is most definitely a 96. Yeah, you're a wine man, aren't you? You know your stuff.
I'm a man of higher tastes.
You're a man of-
I like the fine things in life.
And the finer things in life. Oh.
I fucked.
That was good.
Yeah. Fuck wine. No, I'm basic. If I drink wine, I'll be like Stella Rose.
Straight out the bottle, bro.
Yeah, no. And then I've broken like 5 wine glasses already, so it's just like,
No.
yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just use a plastic cup next time.
I'm trying to be fancy.
Trying to be bougie.
Yeah. Or one time I would just like, because I wanted to feel fancy at home and stuff. Light a candle, watch a TV, watching New Girl.
Get in the bath.
Yeah. And then I just pour beer in it.
A bubble bath.
Yeah. Or no, actually. Oh, do you remember I had the fucking I have those the mimosa glasses. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
I still have them. I forgot about those. Yeah, shout out mimosas.
Most are good.
Yeah. Do you remember the champagne?
Mm-hmm.
That was champagne tastes like ass. Oh, okay. Now, John, moving to one of our favorite things of all time. Our favorite things. John, now, we've been talking about alcohol this whole time. What would you say is a nice, refreshing, clear drink? The official gin of the NFL?
Aviator.
Aviation. Yeah, it's the official gin of the NFL.
Shout out Ryan Reynolds.
He could not have done it without us.
Couldn't have done it without us. Ryan Reynolds, the best Canadian to ever grace the United States.
I can argue with that. I'm better than him. And I'm not even Canadian.
Valid.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Now, John. What have you been watching?
I've been watching more of the 70s show, the 90s show. I've been watching this show on Netflix called Physical 100. It is a Korean TV show that pretty much gets all these different kinds of athletes and trainers and stuff to come and compete, to who's the strongest pretty much. And it tests all the skills and everything. You got like MMA fighters coming in. You got like Olympic wrestlers, pretty much all from Korea.
That's clean.
There is an American baseball player there though. He plays in the Korean baseball league. And there's also this dancer named Miracle. He's also American, but he just lives in Korea. And then you got a bunch of powerlifters, bodybuilders, strongmen, and like trainers, and then just like even like there's a backup dancer there who like dances like for K-pop backup, and just people that come from like all sorts of backgrounds and everything, and even military members, and it's pretty interesting. I'm caught up on it. They release their episodes every week, and the last episode they had to move a 2-ton ship to the dock, to a dock. It was on ground. It was on sand, but they had to push it all the way to the dock.
Easy work.
Team of 10 people.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This sounds wow.
It's a crazy show.
What's it called again?
Physical 100.
Physical 100.
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting. It's kind of just like one of those things, it's kind of just something you just watch.
Like not trash TV, but you know the concept.
Yeah,
right? It's just something put on.
Definitely not trash TV.
But like,
not background noise because you're kind of invested into it.
Okay, that's what I mean. When I say trash TV, I mean more like background. Like you'll watch it, but it's not like you're too invested kind of thing.
Yeah.
And speaking of background TV or just that kind of TV, I'm on season 3 of New Girls. Last episode, if you caught it, at the very end of it, I said I'm gonna start New Girls. That same day, I stayed up till like 4 a.m. watching the full season. As soon as you left, I just cracked it on and I watched the full season.
What do you think so far?
It's pretty good. I like it. It's fun.
It's pretty funny, yeah.
There's a couple cringe moments where I'm just like, oh, this is way too uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, there are some pretty cringe moments, but there's a lot of also good funny moments.
Oh yeah, and
like one of my favorite characters in that show, Nick.
Yeah, shout out Nick.
And then Schmidt, he's underrated, and obviously Barney. Wait, Barney. Wilson.
Yeah. I think I love Wilson. He's funny, and like I loved it whenever he would just like my green shoes, no my brown shoes, and he was like, they're green, and he was like, now what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, well, you're all into this, and he was like, if your shoes are brown,
then what color are you?
And like I'm at the part where Nick and Jess, they're together now and everything, and yeah, they're cute and stuff, and then Schmidt had where he cheated on 2 girls with and everything. It happens, right?
Yeah, it happens.
And then Wilson got a cat. It's a nice cat. I was like, damn, I should get a second cat. And I'm really liking the show. It's pretty cute, and it's funny because I look at Nick, and I'm just like, damn, he just like me for real. And I was talking to my coworker about it because she told me about it, or she talked to me a couple weeks ago about it, and I already been wanting to watch it. And then like when she told me about it, I was like, now I really want to see it. And then like I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm actually really like Nick. I'm just kind of just there kind of thing. Yeah, and I really like it right now. And then what else? Have you seen the full series?
Yeah,
I need to. And it's like season 3. I think there's like 7 seasons or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's already ended, right? And then what else is there? What else have I been watching? I'm watching Last of Us. I'm caught up to last Friday because they did an episode early because of the Super Bowl on Sunday. So I'm caught up. And this last episode was weird for me. Just Joel was way too nice. He just like, it seemed like he did a 180 from the last episode where he was more kind of rugged, kind of meanish kind of thing. Or, just protective of himself. Yeah. And now he's a lot more considerate of other people's feelings. And I was like, this is pretty quick for him to be like this, I thought that was weird. But then it was a nice thing. You played the game, right? Mm-hmm. Whenever Sam got turned into got bit, turned, and then fucking, then Henry shoots him, then shoots himself. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, whoa, that was crazy. And I think it's just like, the thing of growing up kind of thing. I guess. And then, and then it's a pretty cute show. And then the new show I've been watching recently is another one called Lovecraft Country, starring the man, the myth, the legend, Jonathan Majors. That show is, I brought it up earlier, it's a weird show. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to try to, it's just, I'm into it, but it's weird. And like, I understand Lovecraft is like an author, I believe, of like, he used to write these kind of mythical books and shit like that. And like these episodes, like they're drawn from certain like stories. and mythology and shit. So that's interesting. It reminds me of Supernatural. And like this last one we had where they were like fucking in that tomb thing, whatever, right?
Yeah.
It like in the beginning, when they're in the library, you remember that kid that was like, shh, shh. He had a book, Journey to the Center of the Earth. And then whenever Jonathan went down, or Tick or whatever, he went down, he said, man, this is like Journey to the Center of the Earth. And I was like, oh, that's really on the fucking nose there. And I was like, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the movies either, but like it sounds pretty fucking familiar.
Yeah.
And then let me just check my notes really quickly again. Just
I don't think I've ever seen that movie. Or I've seen. Is that like kind of like a National Treasure-ish movie?
Yeah, but it's more mythological, and there's also there's two, I believe. One with Brandon Ralph, and then another one with The Rock.
Gotcha.
So there's two of them, I believe. I could be wrong. I don't care. I don't watch kids' movies really, right? But then both of them were cute. And I think that's everything I've been watching this past week. And it's a lot of hours I've been putting in this week. I've been up in my game and shit, getting more serious, getting more in the game type shit. But then also, we have Harley Quinn special that just came out last week. It's a Valentine's Day special. I'll get around to it when I get around to it. But then also, this week on Valentine's Day, which this is going to be post-Valentine's Day, we'll have the new special from Jim motherfucking Jeffries, the only one of the greatest comedians of all time. He's going to have his new special on Netflix called High and Dry. And I can't be more excited for this. I'm so hyped for this thing. And yeah, I think that's it. And then we have Ant-Man lined up for this week, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of it? What's your expectations for this?
I don't want to set my expectations too high, but I think it's going to be good.
What do you think you're gonna end up rating it?
Pretty good. Or great.
Yeah. One thing, I have a fan casting. I think I told you this earlier. What's the guy who plays Nightwing?
Brenton Waits.
Him as Batman.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll love it. And it's just because it's like, you know how we always try to go like more broad and shit. But then these last couple of weeks, we just jam packed with fucking news right now. And it's like with like DC and like mostly really.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is a lot, man. But I'm excited for it, and it's another thing. What's the other thing I was gonna say? Okay, one last thing. It has been a pod, right?
It has definitely been a pod.
It's been a pod. Thank you very much for listening to this episode of the It's What We Do podcast. We're your hosts, Hen and John. All podcasting platforms. We're also on YouTube as well. All social medias. And yeah, thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for the year.
Thank you. Big kisses.
Bye-bye.